Okay, guys, I've been tracking some products for the guys in the squad. Now, it's come up. There's a couple of opportunities, which is the US 100 and oil. They've come up as scalp. Um, both of them are sells. These two here, gonna have to be a bit careful with. So let's just look at this one at a time. So if we look into scalp, just pull this up, take those indicators off. I really need that to step back on itself a little bit before I can consider going into market. Now, the scalp itself is about 10 pips. So, where's 10 pips? Well, that's up here. So, really, it definitely needs to come up a bit higher than where it is at this moment in time before I can consider that. Got this one as well. Now, this one's pushing up back into this range, but it could come against here, which is what I'm after. Now this one, again, it's the better of the two. So if we look at this, we can see it's moving up, but it's actually pulling against this particular move here. And that is against that move. So it's gone up, it's found its high point, and it's come down. So let's have a look, see what the high point was. So we'll drop that up onto there and back. And there it is there. So it's failed that 127, come back to where it began, and it could actually be looking for this. Okay. So that's the first part that I would look at. That's the key pivot. But it'll also pull against the current move, which is here. Drop that in. The 50 is that. All right. So drop these in. What these do is these help you target, get in and out of the markets, etc., etc., which is there. And then it's just a case of watching the thing push up. See, it's going down, buying a pullback, and then back down on itself. Now, it is a scalp. So what I need to do is understand what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So under these tails would be a half decent area to put a trade. You can also look at the oil. And what we'll do is we'll try and see what's going on. See, right, that's coming onto that level, which is good. Want that there. So I either need to enter up here or enter down here on the break of this. So I'll come back to that in a moment. But this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, under there. So we'll drop a quick order in under that. It's going to be a scalping trade, so about 15, 20 pips. Drop that in under there. So we'll let that run down onto this. Now, in the meantime, let's have a little look at this oil. Oil, again, I actually want to see it come under it and then back into it. So if I see that come under, I'll look to order onto here and then pull it down for 10 pips. So that's kind of what we're doing. Yeah, right, it's coming in now. So this one, we can put the scalp in onto that. So do that now. It's going to be 10 pips on that one. So it's a break. There we go. Well, that one's triggered into market as I was putting the order in. But there we go. So there's our scalp into that. Okay. So I'm happy with that one. The other one, I don't think is triggered yet. No, it hasn't. So I'll just leave the oil running. We'll get the money out of this. Then we'll look at the other one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. If it triggers, well, what I can do is I can flick it onto all four so you can kind of see them. And what I'll do is I'll just put that into the middle there. And then drag that one up. Okay, so we can see the oil running. We're happy with that. This one, that's the one I want. And I'll just put them both together. Okay, so oil's running. We're looking at a quick scalp on that one. It broke the level, which is what we're looking for to push down. As soon as it gets cashed out, fine. This one again. So we'll run them both and see what happens. Okay. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm going to have to stage into them, but I'm prepared to do that as well. All right, kids, let's see what happens. Okay, guys, it's coming on 12 o'clock. I've been watching a 15-minute candle up here. This is pushing down. I'm going to be killing it off in just a second, simply because there's a new hour about to come in. I'm currently net positive. And the one thing I don't want to do is have a new candle come into play and then take all the money back. Bit of a dangerous situation to be in, so one of the better things to do is just kill it. All right, now it's struggling in and around here, could easily slam down into it. Hopefully it will. We've already been paid off the other scalp, which was there, so there's £100 there. This one's currently well, it seems to be jumping backwards and forwards on this level. So what do we do? Do we just take the money now? Or do we try and ride it out? That is the big question. Well, the answer is I'm going to kill it. And I'm going to kill it pretty much as we are looking at it. Let me just see what the initial push might be. Right, it's pulling up. It's gone to 16 quid. See if it'll drop back down to 20. Is it? Is it? No. Oh, shit. Right. Bollocks. As the new candles come in, it surged up. All right. I was trying to avoid that surge while I was talking to you lot. So what I have to do now is hopefully it'll push back down. It's pushing back down now. It's gone a bit positive. Come on, down, down. Get us into net positive territory. It's kind of equal at the moment. See if we can catch the push down and then get out of this trade. Okay. Kind of net positive. I could have had 20 quid earlier on. I'm down to about 50 pence. What a bastard. What? So, never mind knobhead of the week for one of the... Oh, fucking hell, it's stuck. Looks like I'm knobhead of the week. Me, knobhead of the week. Bastard. Right, oh, hold on. Right, we're going to kill it out. Bang. Right, we've taken it out. There's kind of a little bit of a loss on one and a payoff on the other. And it's just one of those things, guys. If you're unsure, just start looking to take these out. Some tickets are out, get rid of that. Right, okay. So what's the state of play? So we've made 133 quid in the hour. I don't mind the 17 quid hit. Should have really have took the money when it bounced down onto here, but it bounced off and didn't quite cover the spread. Bugger. Just one of them things. But what I wanted to kind of illustrate here is having that is not a problem as long as that is correct. Now, could have held on and got it, but it's always coulda, shoulda, woulda. This was a scalp, and it was only there to last 1 hour. That was it. You know, if it goes beyond the hour, I have to reassess it and then look to make a choice. Now, I could have pulled it there and probably made a bit more money. But is that the sensible thing to do? No. Sensible thing to do was to stick to the plan that I originally had, and that was let it run for an hour. Let it run for an hour, and it pays me. Now, here's a good example of what would have done if you'd hung on. Yes, it would have paid off. It would have paid off quite well, you know, because that would have pushed down, probably made me about 70 quid instead of the 17 that I've got out of this particular trade. But what if I went the other way? What if that candle decided to surge up? Because when I'm working these things out and I look at the bigger picture of this, pull this into shot. When we're looking at oil, the bigger picture is buy. So what if it decided to return to that buy? Then I would have had a problem. So it was the right choice to make for me. Keeps my mind sane. I got out of it more than I was anticipating anyway, because I was only looking to trade one of the markets, but the guys goaded me into looking at multiple markets. And it was a scalp. Scalp is about 10 pips, so 50 quid. I've come away with about 117. I think that's okay. So I've actually doubled more than I wanted for the hour. Some may argue that you should hang on and sort of play it out and all of this. All right, fine. But I work hour to hour. So I hope that one helps you. If you want to see what I do drop along to the squad. I'm there pretty much every day. If you've got your own chart, don't understand it, I'll read it. Not only will I read it, I'll track it before we go to market, so you can actually see what the thought process is. And then from there, well, you make your own decision, because I'm not going to trade for you, but I'll tell you how I would trade it. Does that make sense? Hope it does. Anyway, you find it in the squad. Catch you soon.